And this is what she said. She said, look at this. She sent me a picture. She said, look at this. Here are my cucumbers. But she said, I had some other cucumbers before, but the pot for them, it was too small. And she said, because it was so small, so tiny, pretty much, she said, they died. They didn't have room to grow and all that stuff, so they died. So I had to replant, and so she was sending me her new tomato plants that were already starting to grow a little bit and all of that. And she said, but the pot that they were in, the little, I don't want to call it a pot. It's more so like a little container, I believe, that they're kind of like they're in, small containers. She said it was too small for it and it killed them. And I was like, whoa. And so I sent her my plant and I was like, wow. I said, my plant is growing. Here's a look at it, my tomato plant. And it's growing, right? And I may insert that here if I get a chance to, but I said, my plant is growing and look at it. And actually she said, oh, so she gave me, when she saw it, she realized, she was like, oh, that's 2 plants in the pot, right? And I was like, yeah, the 2 plants you gave me, it's here in the pot, they're growing, right? And she said, yeah. She said, that's great. She said, they look good and all of that, but she said, you may want to remove one of those plants from the pot and put it in its own pot. And she was telling me how to, put the soil in it and all of that stuff. I may want to do that because she said, if you keep both of those plants in there together, as they continue to grow more and more, one is possibly going to kill the other, or it's going to stunt the other's growth. They're not going to grow pretty much. Both of them are not going to grow while they're in this pot together. So one is going to either kill the other or all those things. She was just telling me it could stunt the other's growth because they're in there together and they're both trying to grow and all that. So I said all that to say environment is everything. Environment is everything, because I realized that's not just talking about these plants. She kind of opened my eyes to something when we were talking about this. Is your environment is so important. And sometimes, even like these plants, we need an environment change.